first T20I between Australia and the West Indies at the Carrara Oval in Queensland. At the Metricon Stadium, Australia, breaking news, they have beaten two-time World T20 champions West Indies by 3 wickets with one ball to spare. It was a low-scoring thriller, and it was simply testament to the fact that both teams refused to give up. But it was a great fight from the West Indies team because they were missing some key players. But Australia, with their full strength side, were pushed to the absolute limit by this West Indies team. So, breaking news, people, Australia have won the first T20I at the Carrara Oval in Queensland by 3 wickets with one ball to spare. It could very well have been West Indies winning this game, folks, because remember, in the last over, when Australia needed 11, there were two dropped chances. One by Raymond Reefer of Matthew Wade, and the other also by Kyle Mayers, and that was the result. Two dropped catches in the final over meant that West Indies squandered the chance to win the first match. It was a very close game because Australia seemed to have been motoring along, but 3 wickets for 2 runs in their pursuit of 146 meant that they were always behind the game. At one point, they never allowed the required run rate to go up to over 8 runs per over, and that is probably why Australia could take the game deep. The stars for Australia were Aaron Finch. Finally, Aaron Finch showed a bit of form yet again, and that will be very good considering the fact that he is under pressure heading into this T20 World Cup. Aaron Finch hit 58. Matthew Wade once again showed that he is Australia's ultimate finisher when he hit 39 of at a strike rate close to 150 towards the end. So Matthew Wade indeed was the big difference because Glenn Maxwell fell for zero, Tim David fell for zero. So yes, Anish, if you had joined me a bit earlier, about 1 minute before I had begun the broadcast, I had said that poor fielding by the West Indies, it was very poor fielding. At the end of the day, even West Indies will be ruining the fact that why they could not get to a score in excess of 150 or 160, because the Metricon Stadium often is a very slow wicket. So that is why it was commendable that Odin Smith's blitz towards the end of the innings saw West Indies at least get to 145. They would have even struggled to reach 140 had it not been for some good hits. There was some flair and dazzle from the West Indies team. Brandon King was simply fantastic with 1/6 that he hit. Odin Smith launched one very big six into the second tier at the Metricon Stadium. Big hits, but not sustained big hitting. That was what made West Indies the two-time champions. So they somehow managed 145. In response, Australia lost Green early. They also, David Warner, who was coming back, also looked in good touch. But 3 wickets for just 2 runs towards the end. Yannick Carrier, remember the name, on debut, 1 for 15. Really good. And Anish, death bowling of Cottrell was very good. I think, Anish, you're mistaking him for Odin Smith because Odin Smith bowled a brilliant 19th over. 19 of 18 was needed and 15 of 12 was needed, and Alzari Joseph and Odin Smith were the two standouts in that bowling performances because Alzari Joseph hit the deck hard. Odin Smith also showed his variations, and that is why 140 to 145 kmph, Alzari touched that. And if you look at it, Odin Smith also, he bowled the variations very well, and that is why their economy rates are pretty commendable. Sheldon Cottrell, yet again, 4 overs for 49 runs, really did not help the West Indies cause in any way. He was also not helped by the fact that 2 dropped catches, one by Raymond Reefer and one of Kyle Mayers, ensured that Australia could take the game deep and win. Remember, they won it with doubles and singles. Stark, in fact, hit two braces, and that is why you see Australia have held on to a very narrow win. But remember, this is Australia's preparation also, because after the T20I series in vastly different conditions in India, they have now come back to Australia. But remember, Metricon is hosting its first men's T20I international. So that is why it was a very testing period. Aaron Finch today came in at number 4 and blasted a 50. Will he now bat in that same position? Well, I really don't know, because look, they dropped Steve Smith for this match. Whether he comes back for the seventh remains to be seen, because the second match is on 7th. Steve Smith being dropped, Aaron Finch at number 4, Tim David and Glenn Maxwell. But for Finch to fire at number 4, Green, remember Cameron Green is not part of the T20 World Cup squad. So when Green is not there, definitely Finch will have to come up and open. So David Warner, Aaron Finch, Mitchell Marsh. If you don't have to include Steve Smith, then it presents a bit of a problem in their batting, because you can get Maxwell, Wade and Tim David. Your top 6 is in that way. And the bowlers were also pretty good. Hazelwood, Stark, Zampa. These 3 guys will once again, and even Cummins, today Cummins also bowled well. So it looks a pretty settled lineup without Smith, but whether Aaron Finch will bat at number 4 remains to be seen. I think he will go up to open if Cameron Green does not feature in the T20 World Cup. Anyway, he's not there in the squad. So Australia have taken a 1-0 lead in the 2-match series. The second match is on 7th at the same venue. And that is why I'm saying this is very, very crucial. 2 more matches, and after that, from 9th till 12th, you will have 3 T20Is against England. So that will be Australia's schedule before the T20 World Cup. They open the tournament, remember. Australia take on New Zealand at the Sydney Cricket Ground. So we are gearing up towards World T20, folks. And this is the first match in Australia for that. Thank you so much, folks, for listening to this live. We'll be back with more updates from sports today. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, folks. Bye-bye.